make you feel on the inside?
Well, it's not really about how I feel, right? I mean, it's about what's true.
Good luck.
God bless you,
Fuck
man.
you.
Yeah, we love you. See, who's been forgiven little loves little. That's what Jesus says in this passage. And something that I think we should reflect upon right now, all the time really, but right now especially, because we see a lack of love in our world today.
Hi.
Hey,
So
man.
we've gotten a bunch of calls on the amplification of the noise. So do you understand that you have to have a permit for that in the city?
No, that's
Okay.
not true.
It is.
No.
So
How is that? First Amendment protected activity.
Yep.
Does not need a
Specifically
permit.
for that though.
Does not need a permit. Not for
Okay.
amplification. Well, is there a decibel level?
No, it's strictly the amplification of
Well,
noise.
we've been doing this across the street for years.
Sure.
I came over here because someone's playing over there, and I'm not going to step on them.
Sure.
But there is First Amendment protected activity cannot be permitted
is.
away. And
The noise though is what we got the call for.
but I have a right to be heard.
You for sure do.
And so, since I have a right to be heard, I can't amplify within a reasonable range, can't I?
So the city has a permit process if you want to do speech making or any kind of religious talks on that. There are some
That's-
sections that you can apply for.
I don't. No, that is not the First Amendment.
We reviewed the policy and the.
Well, the policy
stuff
is
before we came.
not the Constitution.
So
Right.
It's municipal code.
Well,
Yep.
the municipal code doesn't trump the Constitution.
you are so
So within
you are
the,
more than welcome
on
to talk
public
about
property, I have the right
that. Right.
to be
It is
heard.
the noise amplification strictly what I'm talking about.
I
So it just
understand
has the
that.
fact to do with that. If
I
you were to talk
understand that.
freely without that, totally fine. Have
Well-
no issues with that. I 100% agree with what you're talking about, wholeheartedly.
Well-
It's just the noise amplification.
So, I don't think it's constitutional at all to say that. It's not something that you can restrict.
I'm not restricting
I
what
really-
you are saying.
you guys are, well, you're restricting me being heard because it's
Just
noisy out here.
amplification.
It's
It's
just-
noisy out here.
Just amplification.
It's
It's
the
noisy out
amplification. I totally get that.
And I'm no more noisy than if I was speaking at the top of my voice.
Sure.
So, it's just, I mean, I'm willing to, take it to the courts or whatever.
Okay.
I mean,
Purely my talk was just going to be giving you the information to look at yourselves to apply for a permit and what all the codes are under so that you
Yeah.
are as well informed about it and understand that.
well,
Does that
and
make sense?
we've been doing this down here for literally for years.
I know.
Not you. I've been here for the last 4 months. You've never been here.
Well, I haven't been right here
Correct.
because
So-
the busker is on the place I'm usually at.
We got
So,
them kicked off too.
So
No.
how do we come to agreement on understanding on this?
I mean, I'm willing to move. I'm not.
You are more than happy to be here.
Well, I
that
know,
has-
but I
that
can't.
has nothing
it's like,
to do with it. It's just
Right.
the noise amplification.
Yes, but okay.
So we're trying to be reasonable with you, and we don't
Yeah.
want to write you a
I-
citation.
I don't want
We're
you to.
trying to avoid that. We totally.
Well-
It's just the noise
Again,
amplification.
you
Can
wanting
you
to-
show me the? Can you show me the
The
ordinance
statute?
or whatever? Yep.
Yes,
Okay.
it's right there. 23.5. It's Fort Collins Municipal Code. It's under demonstrations.
I'm not.
So they classify a
I'm
bunch of
not-
different stuff as
right,
demonstrations.
but it's-
Speech making, parades, all that stuff is classified under that.
Okay,
whether
but
it's
it is-
religious views or not.
It is right, but you understand the city of Fort Collins is not necessarily following the Constitution when they make an ordinance like this.
So it is nothing
it-
on limiting what you are saying.
Well,
It is everything limiting how you are saying it with noise amplification.
The Supreme Court has found that to say you can't amplify at all is not constitutional.
Okay.
Because-
When was that?
I'd have to look it up, but
Okay.
you know.
So my job is to inform people on what I know and what the
And so
laws are.
basically, it's only because someone complained.
Multiple callers.
Well, okay, but one would be enough, right?
That's why I'm here.
Yeah.
And it's purely a conversation, right?
I
I want you to know
appreciate
as
that.
much as I know.
And no, I mean, it's just free speech is not something that should be restricted. I mean, it's
I'm not restricting what you're saying.
okay. You're just saying people can't hear me. People
So
shouldn't be able
I'm
to
saying
hear
that
me.
you can't use noise amplification without a permit. It would be the same for anyone
And
else that
and
wanted
who,
to hold.
And who determines whether I get a permit or not?
So the city has a whole process. If you go to fortcollinscity.gov, looking up for the permit process, they'll guide you through that. Or if you want to go over to the actual city building itself, one of the clerks there will walk you through that whole process.
Well, and I do this all over the country. I mean, I live here in Fort Collins. We do amplified sound all over the country.
Sure.
And we have lawyers that talk to the lawyers of the cities that we go to. I'm part of Sports Band Outreach International.
That's fine.
So
if they want to
and
reach out
we
to the
do it
city
all over the
attorney, they
country.
can.
We do it all over the country because it is constitutional for us to amplify. And
Okay.
no municipality I've been to,
It's definitely not in the Constitution to have amplified.
it is. No municipality has been able to stop us.
Okay.
So it's just, it hasn't been tried yet. That's my opinion, okay?
Sure.
And I'm not trying to fight with you.
No.
I'm just trying to
I welcome
educate you,
dialogue.
hopefully. And
Yeah.
I'm not because you're dumb, but all this doesn't know everything. But
Sure.
I have done this all over the country, and it's not legal to stop us, even to amplify, because now
Okay.
you could say, okay, now you can only have a certain decibel level, but you can't say I just simply can't amplify on a public street.
So that is in there for the permit process for what is classified as
We're
a
not saying you
demonstration.
can't have it. We're just saying you have to have a permit if you're going to do it.
Well, I'll talk to my organization and talk to the lawyer. As I said, I'm not trying to fight with you guys.
Sure.
It just, it didn't suddenly. When was this passed?
So that's been in the city code for a while.
How long? A year, 2 years, 5 years?
I could probably look it up, but that is what the law is. So
Yeah. Well, the law's going to be changed.
okay, I would welcome that.
I mean, it
if
should be
someone has
changed,
it.
and the lawyers can fight it out. I understand. You guys aren't. You guys are just
Sure.
law enforcement.
Right.
Now,
My
in
whole
some
goal is
cases,
to
I think
provide
you become
information.
field enforcement because someone doesn't like what I'm doing, so they want to sick you on me, But I understand. Okay, that's the ordinance.
Yeah.
But we've been doing it across the street for many years, and you guys have walked by many times. So I understand. There's people over there,
Yeah.
and I'm not
we've never
harassing
gotten calls
anybody.
from
I'm
the
not.
Euro stand or anybody that's usually over
Well,
there. So I
and we
100%
shut
understand
down
that.
when they show up
Yeah.
because we're trying to respect. And I'm not trying to disrespect. I'm not yelling at people. I'm just talking.
Nope. No one said you were. And I absolutely agree with that.
So I understand, what you guys are saying, and we will follow up and
Okay.
have our lawyers talk to the city attorney, and
Sure.
we're willing to go to the mat on this, because when you say you cannot amplify at all, it is restricting free speech. Because
We're
in
saying
some,
you can't do it at all. We're saying you have to have it.
well, okay, but even, I don't think the courts, like I said, we've done it all over the country, and the courts, lawyers have gotten involved in the courts. We had an issue with this years ago in the square, and our attorney talked to the city attorney, and they said they changed the policy and said, okay, you have to let them do it.
Well, it is still in there.
Well,
So that's
Yeah,
I have to
okay.
go off of what I know and what I can see as the law is for right now. So
yeah, I understand.
are there any questions I can help answer for you?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
As long as, it just seems like if it becomes a thing where if anyone complains, then you can't do it at all anywhere, because someone is not going to like me preaching the gospel. Right? So, and now if I could just go down and get a permit, but that makes me subject to some arbitrary, bureaucratic kind of system that says I can't exercise my freedom of speech.
So what would be the difference on you doing it with this and you doing it just off of your voice alone? Right?
I would have to yell, basically,
Okay.
and I don't want to yell
Sure.
because, as you know, it's noisy down here. I mean, if I totally shut this off,
Yeah. College is one of our busiest roads, so
yeah.
I get that.
And if I totally shut this off, I would have to yell almost for anyone to hear me at all, which I can do. I would rather not.
Yeah.
And it's more, I'm courteous to people and trying to present the message in a way that's not, like people accuse you of yelling, people accuse
Sure.
you of being angry.
Coming off aggressive.
I'm not. So, and I understand there's sensitivity about the restaurants and, all of that. That's why I'm usually over there, but somebody was over there.
Okay.
And I'm willing to move and go over there and, just keep doing what I'm doing. I mean,
Okay.
I don't know what you guys' stance are on it, now that you've contacted me,
So,
as long as no one's complaining,
so I would say, given that we've gotten multiple calls and we've informed you what the municipal code is, I would not rely on amplification for talking about whatever you would wish to talk about for the rest of the night. I would contact Fort Collins building to apply for the permit process. That will cover any of the city-owned property, the plazas, and the square,
Right, it's just,
so that you can continue to do this.
yeah, I mean, do you know that they have handed out, that they're willing to hand out a permit just because I go down there?
In the 6.5 years that I've been here, I've never heard of anybody getting denied for a permit.
Well, and I'm willing to check it out and see what the deal is.
Yeah.
I said we're not here to fight with you guys.
No.
Or with
that
anybody else. I
comes
mean,
across very well. Yes,
it's like
I understand that.
we do love our community. We've been doing this down here for 15 years. I mean, not necessarily with this particular piece of equipment, but we've been down here talking to people for 15 years.
Yeah.
And we want to continue doing it. We will continue doing
I
it.
would like to
I
continue.
mean,
to do
even
it,
if
yeah.
if push comes to shove, if we have to get arrested, we'll get arrested. I mean, and not because I'm defying you, but because if we don't stand up for our rights, then they're
Sure.
going to go away. And first you got to get a permit, and then the permit's denied, or then it's like, and that's why I just very much believe that the whole permit process is not for First Amendment protected activity. If I was just busking, I can see that's not First Amendment protected activity.
Mm-hmm.
Religious or political speech is protected under the First Amendment in a way
Sure.
that me singing Kumbaya is not, or singing,
And
My Sweet
I
Love
am
or
not
whatever.
disagreeing with you about what you are saying.
Well, I understand that, but protected speech is protected speech, and that means that you can be heard. That's my understanding. I'm not a lawyer, but
Okay.
as I said, I just, and I'm sure that you guys, if they change the law, you guys will be, you'll just tell them, hey, the law's changed.
Yeah. Yep.
And maybe, I don't know, I can see saying you're too high, your decibel is too high, whatever, If I had a huge speaker cranked up and nobody can even hear anything, but all it is that they can hear me, and that's what they're upset about. In my opinion. Now, I could be wrong, but what's the difference? I mean, I could theoretically stand here and yell, and I would be perfectly legal, or I can talk and be at the same volume, and I'm illegal. And I understand, I understand the concept. You want to control people coming out here and blasting other people with amplified sound.
Yeah.
But, the First Amendment protected activity is different. It's different than me just coming here and making noise because I want to make noise. It's not a protest, it's not. But anyway, I've said my piece. You can understand that,
Sure.
It's like, okay, I'm...
with how we do this stuff, do you need us to document this in any sort of way? As far as like a case number or anything like that?
If you have one, yeah.
Could I see that card really quick? Because I can write one on there for you.
Yeah, I would. That'd be helpful if you give it to my lawyer. And
Yeah. Header 372. Can I get a case number, please? Okay. So it's just 25 for the year, and sorry, that's a little chicken scratch. It's 14804.
Okay.
Okay. Would you want to provide any information for the report?
I'd rather not.
Okay.
You know,
That's fine.
I mean, you guys probably know who I am.
I've never met you.
Well, you never met me, but the city, I mean, the city knows who I am.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
And I'm not, you know, unless I'm breaking, I mean, I guess technically I am, you know, you guys are just giving me a warning. I appreciate that.
Not really even a warning. I wanted to talk to you about
Okay.
what they had talked to us, what we were called about initially, and then just to provide information. Not really a warning.
Well, and his claim was that on this corner you can't go. That was his claim. This
No,
corner is
so-
somehow special.
No, so it
I'm all out of
includes all
corners.
the outdoor malls and plazas and all city-owned property.
Okay, but
That's
that's like,
at least how it is defined in the municipal code, under amplified music for amplified sound under demonstrations. And there's a bunch of different things that
Right.
it lists under demonstrations, like
Yeah.
parades, speech making, religious talks. There's a whole group of stuff that's
I understand
would-
your confusion.
I would
with
be
like you're over
interested to see
there
that.
and no one
Yeah.
calls, and you're here and now someone's calling.
Well-
So the reason we don't contact you over there is because no one's calling.
I understand that. Yeah, I understand that. Now someone could, you know, and but yeah, you know, it's not. I get you. You know, and I'm confident that we will prevail in court. You know,
okay.
it's like because, as I said, we do this all over the country, and there's a lot of people who would rather we weren't able to do it. It's just the Constitution gives us that right. It's not just you can, you know, it's kind of like you can show a sign, but you have to cover it up if someone doesn't like it. You can speak, but you can't speak in a way that you're going to be heard. You know, I mean, that's kind of what it comes down to. I'm only doing it. If I was in a completely quiet place, then I wouldn't have to use amplification. You know, if I go to CSU, and CSU is private, public, whatever, but you know, they don't allow amplified sound. I'm not sure that's even really constitutional there, but you know, we will, you know, I mean, like I said, I appreciate you guys.
Sure.
We are, you know, not trying to create an adversarial kind of thing.
No, that doesn't come across at all. I just wanted to try and give you the information that I know and
Yeah.
try and help answer any questions that you might have.
Yeah, I appreciate that. You know.
Is there anything else I can do for you before we go?
No.
Okay.
You know, I'll shut it down. You know, I mean, it's my policy not to fight with the police on the street. If it sounds like I am, you know, I apologize.
No, I welcome dialogue.
You know, we want people to hear the message, and like right now, it's more important than ever.
I would agree.
And so, you know, it is what it is as
Okay.
far as the city goes, and you know, people on a higher pay scale than me, you know, will decide that.
Okay.
So
Well, if you need anything, my information is on the front of the card.
Okay.
I don't know if it has the phone number for the city attorney on there, but
I can find it. I mean, you know, like I'm part of this group called Sports Fan Outreach International, as I said, and you know, we have lawyers because this kind of thing comes up.
Sure.
You know, and as I said, we go all over the country, and so this kind of thing comes up. I am a little surprised, you know, that ordinance has been on the books all this time and nobody's really tried to use it against us, but okay.
okay. Well, if you need anything or need to reach out, my email's
Okay.
on the front of the card. Okay.
Okay, thank
All right.
you guys.
Thanks for your time,
Appreciate
sir.
it. Yeah.